This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by the Countertop Store, Central Arkansas's premier countertop authority. For custom fabrication and installation of granite, tile, laminate, copper, and more, the Countertop Store, 888-510-4773.
Welcome back to the Alice Stewart Show, 7:20 on a nice Tuesday morning. And we have been talking about for quite some time the shooting death of 18-year-old Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, by a police officer there in Ferguson, and the automatic rush to justice by those who want to make this all about race. We have Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all that crowd. Race riots across the streets of Ferguson, and now the call is for peace. But we had Eric Holder, the Attorney General, go to the scene to say that justice will be served in that town. And here to talk about that, I'm joined with Todd Starnes. You hear his program throughout the day here on 96.5, host of Todd Starnes' Fox News and Commentary. Encourage you to go to Amazon.com and purchase his book, God Bless America. And you can also see his opinion pieces at foxnews.com. Todd, great to have you here.
Hey, thanks, Alice. You know, this is really frustrating. The Obama administration sends 3 White House officials to the funeral of Michael Brown yesterday, and they did not send anyone from the White House to attend the funeral of Margaret Thatcher.
It's amazing.
They did not send a single person to the funeral of James Foley, the American journalist who was beheaded by the Muslim terrorists. So I'm just really wondering what the heck is going on here, and especially when we know the New York Times and Politico are reporting that Al Sharpton has become the administration's point person on the Ferguson situation.
Certainly. And here's the thing that I find interesting with Al Sharpton is that he comes in there and protests erupt and people start protesting there in Ferguson. And now all of a sudden we have Al Sharpton. I want to play a quick soundbite with Al Sharpton where now all of a sudden that things have gotten out of hand and they're trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube. Now Al Sharpton is calling for peace. I'm going to play this quick clip and get your thoughts on this.
He wants to be remembered as the one that made America deal with how we going to police in the United States.
And he makes another plea for peace in Ferguson. Here's him on talking about peace.
The family has asked for silence today. No protest from other side as they lay their son to rest. When they resume, they've asked for it to be peaceful. If you can't control yourself, then don't do it in Michael's name. Do it in your name.
Todd, your thoughts on that? Here they are. It feels as though he's gone in there and stirred things up. Now he's trying to be the peacemaker. Right.
It's and again, of all the people in the why does the White House call on Dr. Ben Carson?
Right.
As opposed to a known race agitator and race hustler. Someone who goes into neighborhoods and stirs up trouble. And that's what's happened here. And quite frankly, it's repulsive to know that this administration is using Al Sharpton as some sort of a liaison. It's really mind-boggling. But here's, Alice, I think people need to go back and understand this one thing. We still don't know what happened.
Right.
The administration does not know what happened. So just think about this for a moment. It very well may have been, there are two trains of thought. One is that this police officer just out of the blue decided to stop his police car and execute Michael Brown, who was walking innocently down the road. That's one train of thought. And the other is that this 6'4", nearly 300-pound man strong arm robbed a convenience store and then attacked a police officer and beat him up, tried to take his gun, and was shot as he was trying to charge the officer. Those are the two things that have been put forward as what might have happened. So why would the administration involve themselves in this, so intensely in this situation? I don't understand it.
Right. When we know that over last week, 40 children were killed on the streets of Chicago, it seems like his time would be better spent going to a place like Chicago where this kind of thing happens often on a regular basis. But
I would like to know, though, what if at the end of the day, the police officer's version of events turns out to be the truth? What sort of message was the Obama administration sending?
Absolutely. Well, the message is, in this case, guilty until proven innocent if you are a white police officer and you take the life of a young black man.
Alice, I don't think they care what the truth is.
Right. It's one of those situations where this is still everyone want to find the truth, and then let's parse it out from there. I want to ask you about another story that you've written about on foxnews.com, and this is more about federal government stepping in where they should not be stepping in. This is the USDA Smart Snacks in School standard mandate, and the pink cookies, which are a big tradition in Elmira, Ohio. A lot of kids around the country like to have bake sales, and in this school, pink cookies are the thing. And now the USDA Smart Snacks in School standards mandate that snacks have to contain less than 200 calories. That sounds not very tasty to me.
Well, not at all. These cookies are a long-time tradition, some 40 years that they've been making these delicious cookies that the entire community has come to love. And unfortunately, the icing alone includes a pound of butter and 6 cups of powdered sugar. So
can't go wrong there.
No, you cannot. So anyway, as a result of these new standards, these new mandates, they're no longer allowed to serve the cookie. They had tried to, or at least considered, revising the recipe, but as the mayor of the town said, that's like you just can't do that. That's like getting people to eat diet potato chips. So the good news, though, is that they've sort of gone rogue in Elyria, Ohio, and they've decided to sell the cookies out the back door of the cafeteria. So people in the community can come and they can order these cookies, and they'll make the cookies. They're just not allowed to serve them in the public schools.
Well, I think that's a good thing. If you can't. If someone's locking the front door, open up a window and sell the cookies out the window. And they say it's like the fact that they're changing this, the administration's healthy food policy is basically like asking KFC to change the recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Well, that's exactly. It's really disappointing to see the administration, and I think this really goes to the heart of the problems that we have with the Obama administration. They're trying to tell us how to run our lives, and they're trying to tell us how to raise our kids. And at the end of the day, these kids can no longer eat their pink cookies, which they can purchase on occasion, and in its place they're given yogurt bars. Yum yum.
Yum yum. Well, that is yogurt bar is not a pink cookie with pink frosting. Well, I'm sure they will change their ways after they face the wrath of Todd Starnes. Todd, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Alice.
All right. Once again, you can hear Todd throughout the day here on 96.5, the Todd Starnes Fox News and Commentary. Also, go to foxnews.com in the opinion section. You can see all of his opinions on various topics, generally God, guns, and anything good old USA, and sweet tea are good topics for Todd Starnes. So he's a great friend of the show. Also, you can go to Amazon.com and purchase his latest book, God Bless America. Stick around right here on 96.5 throughout the day. Great lineup. We have my program, followed by Glenn Beck, Dave Ramsey, Dave Ellswick this afternoon from 2 to 6. Make sure you stick around. And then Steve Dace wrapping up our lineup. Coming up after this, Rose Mims, Arkansas Right to Life, and Democrat candidate for Governor Mike Ross joins us. This segment of the show brought to you by the Countertop Store, 9817 Maumelle Boulevard. Or give them a call, 888-510-4773.